and then from your learning activities. So the first step here, they want us to use implicit differentiation to find dy over dx. We know that the first step, we are going to multiply both sides by what? We are going to multiply both sides by what? By d over dx. Even this side, I'm going to multiply both sides by d over dx. From here, I start to derive. I have what? I have 2x minus. Then from there, I'm going to use the product rule. When I use the product rule, I derive x, then I keep the y, I say plus. Then after I keep the x, I derive the y, then I get y. I get 1. Then I tell them I derived y with respect to x. Then I close that bracket because I'm done deriving this one. Then now I'm deriving y cube, which is equal to what? 3y squared. Then I tell them I derive dy with respect to x, which is equal to derivative of a constant is a 0. Then from there I have 2x minus y minus x dy over dx plus 3y squared dy over dx, which is equal to 0. So I'm going to group these things. I keep them on the left hand side, then I take the other one on the right hand side, meaning I'm going to have 3y squared dy over dx minus x dy over dx, which is equal to y minus 2x. From there I have common factor of dy over dx, which is the same as 3y squared minus x, which is equal to y minus 2x. Then from there I divide both sides by 3y squared minus x by 3y squared minus x. Then from there my dy over dx is equal to y minus 2x divided by 3y squared minus x. Then that's your final answer. Then let's go to letter B. To letter B, we're going to do the very same thing. We multiply both sides by what? By d over dx, which means I multiply here by d over dx, then I multiply this side by d over dx. Then I start deriving. When I derive x to the 4, I get 4x cubed plus, then this side I derive y, which means I will have 4y cubed, then dy over dx, which is equal to derivative of a constant is 0. We take that one on the right hand side, we are left with dy over dx of what? Of 4y cubed, which is equal to negative 4x cubed when you are taking it to the side. So this one will cancel this one. From there we are going to be left with dy over dx, which is equal to, we divide both sides by y cubed here, y cube, which means my answer will be equal to negative x cubed over y cubed, which is the same as negative x over y all raised to the cube. Then that's how you should leave your final answer. Then the next one we are going to do the same thing. We multiply both sides by d over dx of 3y squared plus the sine of y, which is equal to 4x to the 5. Then even this side I multiply both sides by d over dx. So when I start deriving 3y squared, I will get what? I'm deriving y, which means I will get 6y multiplied by dy over dx plus derivative of sine y is cos y multiplied by the derivative of y, which is 1. Then I tell them I derived y with respect to x, which is equal to derivative of that is going to be equal to 20x cube. Then from there I remove my common factor of dy over dx, and then I am left with 6y plus the cos of y, which is equal to 20x cube. Then I divide both sides by 6y plus the cos of y, all divided by 6y plus the cos of y, which means from there my dy over dx is equal to 20x cube, all divided by 6y plus the cos of y. Let's go to the next question. We're going to do the very same thing. I multiply both sides by d over dx. Cos of xy, I multiply both sides by d over dx, then this side by d over dx. From there, to multiply the one on the left, I used to use product rule. So I will derive x, I get 1, I keep y, I say plus. I keep x, I derive y, I get 1, I tell them I derived y with respect to x, which is equal to 10 derivative of cos something is going to be negative sine something, which is xy, multiplied by the derivative of something. Derivative of something is the derivative of x on y. Derivative of x times y, we use product rule because these things are multiplying each other. I will derive x, then I keep the y, I say plus. I keep the x, I derive y, I tell them I derived y with respect to x, I close the brackets. From there I am left with y plus x dy over dx, which is equal to, when I multiply the bracket, I will get negative sine x y, then negative sine x y multiplied by x dy over dx. Then I'm going to group these ones on the left hand side, which means I will have what? I will have x dy over dx plus the sine of x y multiplied by x dy over dx, which is equal to what? We take the y on the what? On the right hand side, I'm going to have what? I'm going to have negative y negative sine x y. Then from there I remove common factor of what? Of dy over dx. I am left with x plus x, the sine of xy, which is equal to, I can remove the common factor of negative there, I remain with y plus the sine of xy. So from here I divide both sides by what? By x plus x sine. Even this side I do the same, meaning my final answer is x plus x, the sine of xy. Then from there you are done. You can say what? You can say, therefore your dy over dx is equal to negative y plus what? Y plus sine xy, all divided by what? Divided by x plus x, the sine of xy. From there you are done. We go to the next part. We're going to do the same. We multiply both sides by what? By d over dx. That's what we are going to do here. D over dx, even this side d over dx. Then we start to deriving. Derivative of cos something is going to be negative sine that something, which is x minus y, multiply by what? Derivative of that something. To derive that I will get 1. To derive y I will get 1. Then I tell them I derived y with respect to x. I close my brackets. On the right hand side, I'm going to use product rule. So I derive the first one, which is x. I get 1. I keep e to the x plus. I keep x, then I derive e to the x. I get what? E to the x multiplied by x, which is the derivative of x, which is 1. Then from there, I start multiplying my bracket, but there is no need from there. I can simply just divide by what? Divide by everything here. I divide by that here. I divide by negative sign x minus y. I divide by negative sign x minus y. Then from there, I will be left with 1 minus dy over dx, which is equal to, in the numerator, I have what? I have e to the x plus x e to the x, all divided by what? Divided by, I can put that negative here. Then I am left with the sign of x minus y. Then I can take that one to the other side, that one to the other side, which means I will be left with dy over dx is equal to 1 plus e to the x plus x e to the x, all divided by the sign. Sorry, my mistake from there, but I think I am done from here. Then I have the sign of x minus y. So that is your final answer there.